Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another review. This time is of the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Cross Z from the show Kamen Rider Build. So, let's get started. First and foremost, I want to start by saying this is a Tamashi web shop item. It's exclusive, it was limited, so if you did not pre-order, the aftermarket may be stupid for it. So, now that we got that out of the way, let's get started on the review. Real quick, I want to talk about how immaculate this guy looks under light. His eyes look very translucent, especially when you hit it with a certain light. They look really good. The design is really done well with the metallic blues and the metallic golds. I just absolutely love it. And so let's get started on the review. Starting with the head. The head articulation is actually done really nicely. Even with the collar and the design of the dragon motif, he can still rotate his head all the way around. It's only hindered briefly by the collar on the neck, but you can still get a full downward rotation and up. And even with the head lifted, you can still rotate it 360 degrees around. So that's pretty nice. The shoulders may, so this may turn some people off. There are shoulders attached to the actual plating of the chest plate. Meanwhile, there's a separate shoulder that actually attaches, obviously, to the piece. Now, the reason why that is because the dragon motif and the way he henshins, actually, it's done properly. So this is one of those things where this still may piss you off as a person who likes it, but it doesn't really hinder the articulation at all. As you can see here, I can rotate the arm 360 degrees. I can rotate it up, and it still can fold up or down. It's really nice. It's actually a well thought out design that actually doesn't get in the way of itself. So I really like that. The arm is double jointed, but the problem being is that the armor design on the forearms actually get in the way. So you'll actually only get a certain amount of rotation here. So as you can see, you'll get just about right here. It only forms about a 90-degree angle. So you got to find a way to manipulate a few angles for them. Otherwise, it's going to be one of those pain in the ass things. But you can still get nice fighting poses. I just really wish it stayed being double jointed. But like I said, the armor kind of gets in the way. As far as the waist rotation, let's grab that. As far as the waist rotation goes, that one's a little different. Just like build, you would think it gets in the way, but it's one of those hit or miss things, depending on how you rotate his actual waist. So as you can see here, it actually folds out front. So if you can see from the side, there are 1, 2, 3 pieces in the way. So what happens is that if you do it forward, this is about as far as you get. Meanwhile, rotating from side to side, you can actually tilt and get a nice rotation. So when you want to do things like rider kicks, you can actually rotate him to the side actually very easily and rotate a little to the front. So this is one of those things where, although it doesn't have a forward ab crunch, going backwards is actually pretty nice, and going side to side is actually really nice as well. So this is one of those things where you get the awkward articulation, I should say. Let's get him into a pose where he is, I guess I would say, TV accurate for himself, for fighting wise, his fighting style. So as you can see here, he can still pose very well, even spread his legs pretty far. Now, as far as the leg motif, he's used the old drop down method. There is still thigh swivel as well. They can separate about pretty far. The legs are double jointed, so there's no issue there whatsoever. The ankle pivot is actually pretty nice. And there's a toe pivot as well. So instead of build's double motif, this one has the dragon motif. And it actually fits the build body really, really well. I think I like this a lot more than build, even though the build design is really nice and it grew on me very quickly. This one I actually gravitated to a whole lot more. So as you can see, he can still rotate, pose, things like that. What's really nice is you can actually remove his cross dragon belt, cross dragon piece, and remove the bottle as well to unveil the dragon bottle. It's really nice. As well as with the dragon, you can actually pull down and create the little cross dragon when you're not using it, so you can put it in his hands. So that way, when you want to flip it up, you can. Drop the dragon bottle in, and voila, right back in the belt. The crank is still rotatable, just like on builds. So if you want to do your Voltec finish, you easily can. Now, as far as weapons go and accessories, he comes with his signature weapon, which is the Beat Crosser. The Beat Crosser is actually really nice. Inside of it, you actually get the lock bottle for your Voltec finish, or Dragonic finish with this one. It's actually really nice. It's a nice translucent yellow. And as people have pointed out to me previously that I messed up on, you can actually put it in the side holster on Cross Z as well as Build if you want to give them bottles each. So let me actually slide this back in. Voila. The Beat Crusher also has a swappable part for its handle for when you do his finish or when you want to do the different finisher. So as you can see, you can take it out, easily part swap it. I'm going to put it back on though, the proper one, when not being in use. I like it a lot. As far as hands go, you get one open palm. Actually, you get two open palms. Please don't mind my thumb. I actually sliced it open, so I'm nursing that one. You get two closed fists. One here I have on the right hand and one I have right here for the left. Then you get two hands for holding his sword, which you'll see right here. And then you get one extra hand for cranking the build driver. So you actually get a hand for that. All in all, I like it a lot. I was really sucky about it being web shop because I wanted to get another one. So now I got to go on the hunt to get another one. But I'm looking forward to getting his other forms, whether it's Great Cross, Magma, or even Cross Charge. Cross Charge happened to be a normal release, thankfully. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to stand him straight up so you can see what it looks like next to other build characters from the show. First up, we have Build. So as you can see, they look really good together. I really like these two designs together. Can't wait for the other ones. Here he is with Bloodstock. And then next up, we're going to do Rogue. As you can see, the line looks really, really good together. They're all about the same height. Nobody's too much bigger than each other. There's a lot of pointy antennas here, though. So please be careful. Hopefully you don't have it on a high shelf so it can fall. Now we're going to compare them to other lines and other things. Just got it going on. Here he is next to a Figma Lancer. Figma Lancer happened to be taller of the newer Figma stuff. That's why I use him as an example. So even though Figma Lancer is taller than the normal Figma, he stands about the same height as the SH. Well, not the same height, but he's in range with the SHF stuff. So I like that. I'm going to have to fix his legs. He's a little lopsided, so. Here he is next to Articulated Icon Ninja. They stand about the same height, in the same range. Here he is next to a 1000 Toys Carb. Which honestly, if you don't have right now, you're missing out. These are actually a lot of fun. So they all happen to be in the same range. Next up, we're going to compare him to a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Not exactly quite the same, but in the same range. Next up, we're going to do a Mezco Captain America, which the Mezco stuff towers because it's more for the American 1/12 scale stuff, not Japanese. Last but not least, we're going to compare him to a Shocker Combatman and a Kamen Rider Cougar. And the reason why I chose those two is because when you're into Kamen Rider, you can actually cross over a bunch of stuff. So the Shocker Combatman works really well for an army builder to fight Kamen Rider, especially if you play Batroc War. So the Shocker Combatmen are actually much smaller, the newer ones, for obvious reasons. And if those reasons aren't obvious, because they want it to be in a different scale, especially because if you want to mix and match and do one taller and smaller, it's really cool. Plus, I like the new bodies. All in all, like it a lot. Sucks at his web shop, though. But it's a great figure. Hopefully, I can take some dope photos with it. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy it. In the meantime, guys, hope you enjoy. Hope you do good. Be good. Drink your water. Later.